Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. We're going to discuss about the Bitcoin price. We're going to talk about some altcoins and news that consider Bitcoin for the mass adoption on the long term and the short term also. And now let's get this show on the road. Now, in order to determine where Bitcoin should go actually in the next period of time, we need to see where Bitcoin is now and what happened in the previous 2 days. And as we can see, we in the previous 2 days were around here, which means that we declined from this 20 exponential moving average and we are now below $7,400 level of support, which is one of the most important that bulls and bears are watching today. One bearish news that concerns me again is the volume, because since 3 days ago we had a pretty much good volume and after that we dropped significantly. That's why we are below this level of support of $7,400. Volume is very important in the space in every aspect of the assets on the charts, because if we don't have the volume, the manipulation of that asset is very easy. The bulls can push it very easy up and the bears can push it down even faster. So this is why we need big volume of the money getting into the market in order to see some kind of a stability. If we have a jump in the market, we need that stability also afterwards. One more indicator that is showing us potentially starting the new rally is the MACD. It's crossing actually on the bullish side. Convergence is happening right now actually, and we need to see some kind of a rally very soon if the MACD is valid, but I'm still leaning on the bearish side because Bitcoin tried to break this level of support of 20 exponential moving average and failed for now, and I don't think we're going to visit it anytime soon. So for now we are still in consolidation, and I will tell you the bearish side of the Bitcoin in the next weeks or maybe months that could occur if this does not happen. As we know and as we see here on the charts, we can see that the bulls having a pretty strong momentum from the bears from the upside, and they have a very hard time to break this level of support and stay above it in stability, because 20 exponential moving average is making pretty much a good level of resistance from the upside, and this is the reason why I'm very bearish. This 20 exponential moving average that is acting as a level of support and resistance is very good in that job, and in the previous rallies that Bitcoin had on the daily and weekly chart, we had a pretty much good bounces and declines from this level of support and resistance, and this is why I'm still bearish, because as you can see, if you have a decline after the retest, you have also the downside. If you have some kind of a bounce, you have a further jump in the price. So this is why I'm still bearish. We right now declined from this level of resistance, and we are already 4 days below this moving average, which means that this is potential for opening the more space for further lower levels of the Bitcoin price. Now, if you're asking for the targets of the Bitcoin price, if it starts to go down, should be first one of them $6,800, which means this is the level of support that we need to watch next when Bitcoin starts to go down. And if Bitcoin starts to go down, actually the next level of support, if this level of support does not make the hold this level, we could potentially see 6,500s over here and maybe even 600, but I don't think we're going to go below, because the bulls convinced me that they can actually fight with the bears here. I thought we're still going to be in some kind of a strong momentum on the downside, but the bulls are still trying to reclaim this level of support. Even so, day after day they are becoming weaker because the bears are still pushing and does not give up from it. Overall, on the short term, we are still a little bit bearish until we see breaking up this level of resistance, this moving average here. So the next bullish thing that could occur for the Bitcoin, we need to see breaking up this level of resistance of a 20 moving average. Why am I saying this? Because every time Bitcoin broke this level of resistance on this 20 exponential moving average, new rally occurred, or at least tried upside. As long as we are below this level of resistance, this 20 exponential moving average, we can't see new rally forming, just to inform you that. So be careful when you are trading this and watch this level of resistance right now. 20 exponential moving average is very important, and if you learn to trade by it, you are going to be a lot in profits. Even so, it's going to be short, even so it's going to be long. Whatever you trade around this level of resistance support, 20 exponential moving average, you are going to be profitable if you know what you're doing. So this is very important to watch this. Now, switching on the coin market cap, we can see that the altcoins still did not bleed as much as the Bitcoin had those little jumps in the previous 48 hours, which means that the Ethereum is laying down on $150. Still, XRP is fighting for 22 cents. Bitcoin Cash 214, not so bad in the previous 48 hours. Litecoin 46 cents, still nothing. EOS 2.72, nothing to decline in the previous 48 hours. BNB is still on 15, which is not so bad because it was on 16, I think, and it dropped on the 15.29, which is pretty good and stable. Bitcoin SV $100, and Bitcoin SV is declining because it dropped around $10 since we had the last video 2 days ago. Stellar is on 5.6 cents, not so bad, and Tron is still on 1.5 cents, while Cardano is sitting on almost 4 cents over here, and Monero $53 per one Monero. So this is not bad. As we can see, there is some gainers like Energy, vechain, and Fetch, and Molecular Future Rest is below 10%, while change on the minus side we can see Silverway 11%, Synthetics Network or something like that is 11%, Enigma 9%, and Bitcoin and Solve is above 8%. So altcoins in general did not suffer too much because there is still nothing going on in the Bitcoin space. There is still going on this fight here, which needs to be over soon in order to see some kind of a moves on the upside or downside, because in the last 10 days we are consolidating here and fighting for this level of support, and I hope we are going to see some kind of a movement because people are getting tired of this, and the next potentially thing that we need to see should happen very fast. And now let's hop into some news and read something. Germany, new proposed law would legalize bank holding Bitcoin. This is the news from 3 days ago, but it's good to see some bullish stuff for the Bitcoin in the long term, because we did watch the price for the short term, and now we need to see the side of the long-term projection of the Bitcoin price, what could potentially happen. Germany on its way to becoming a crypto heaven. While an initial draft of the bill had reportedly included a separation clause that would have required banks to make recourse to external cryptocurrency custodians or dedicated subsidiaries, the latest version of the proposed law removes this. This will streamline banks' cryptocurrency-related operations as Handelsblatt. Starting in 2020, financial institutions will be able to offer their customers online banking virtually at the touch of a Bitcoin, along with classic securities such as stocks and bonds, as well as cryptocurrencies. News of the bill has been met with enthusiasm from the domestic industry, with Sven Hilbrandt, head of Distributed Ledger Consulting, cited as saying that Germany is well on its way to becoming a crypto heaven. The German legislator is playing a pioneer role in the regulation of cryptocurrency. Very, very bullish side from the European Union and from the European countries that are watching the Bitcoin right now, which is good. If you remember, in the past the bank didn't like Bitcoin at all. Some of them don't like them even today, but most of them are trying to get into this space in order to make money. Don't think that they are getting in because they like Bitcoin or stuff. They like money around Bitcoin. They don't like the system around Bitcoin, how Bitcoin is working, and how can Bitcoin destroy their system of making money from people and theft. And now let's jump into one more news that is potentially very interesting. Halving will be non-event for Bitcoin price. Morgan Creek Digital exact. This is already second news that is showing this week, I mean from the previous week. Now again, that the Bitcoin halving is already calculated in the price jump that we had since $3,200. So we need to see what is going on here a little bit, but we're not going to read the whole news. You can find this on Cointelegraph from today news. Bitcoin's 2020 block reward halving continues to generate mixed opinions regarding price performance, as one analyst suggests its impact will be next to nothing. Williams, Bitcoin halving will be non-event. Bitcoin halving in May 2020 won't do anything to the price. It will be a non-event, he summarized. Bitcoin's block reward halving will reduce the amount of Bitcoin paid to miners for each block from 20.5 to 6.25 Bitcoins. As Cointelegraph reported, the event is broadly expected to become a catalyst for a bull market. Analysts diverge over when the reaction might take place. Opinions range from several months before the halving to several months after it. At the same time, as statistician Will Vu noted 2 weeks previously, Bitcoin's current position marks a sharp contrast to the bullish setup to its previous two halvings. 2020, he concluded, will be a unique first for Bitcoin. Rumors abound over unique halving, so you can read this news to the end on your computer on the Cointelegraph. So as we can see, they are still thinking that the Bitcoin halving is not going to have any impact on price in the next few months, because the price is already calculated in this event, and maybe could occur after the halving, actually, when everything's settled and when the circulation supply have effect on the price by reducing the produced Bitcoin to the miners, and they are going to have to push like a less pressure on the market and price, because they will not get the 12.5 Bitcoins per 10 minutes of the mining. I think it's something like that. They're going to get 6.25, which is mean half of the pressure on the market. Constant pressure on the market will potentially save the price for the little bit longer or medium term of the Bitcoin price. For the more news, please follow our Instagram page. We have news there pretty much daily, and you can read even more news, and we can have some kind of a discussion there, and also on the TikTok, where I'm uploading pretty much daily videos. And thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It means a lot of us to build this channel. And until the next video, happy trading and goodbye.